Is he going to be much longer?
I'm sorry, but Dr. Becker has a full surgery this morning.
He wouldn't have if we could afford to go somewhere else.
I won't keep you much longer.
Yeah, well, at my age, missus, every minute counts. I don't want to spend the rest of my life sitting on a hard chair waiting for him. Wouldn't be so bad if he looked after his customers a bit better.
Dr. Becker does what he can for his patients.
Patience? Oh, blimey. Need plenty of that when you come to see him, eh? Patience. Wait till this new health scheme gets going and you get a bit of market forces playing a hand in your business.
We're not a business.
No, blimey, I can see that. If you was a business, you'd be our business in 5 minutes. Blimey. If we had a choice, missus, if we had a real market choice of where to take our illnesses, your Dr... Shut up. Your Dr. Beck would have to pull his finger out then and give a bit of thought to customer satisfaction, I tell you. Yeah, he wants to get a bit of decent furniture in here, some better reading material for start off. I mean, a few of today's newspapers would be an improvement, wouldn't it? I mean, the money he makes out of us being sick wouldn't hurt him, would it?
The money? Dr. Becker is only a general practitioner.
Yeah, and who gives him all the practice, eh? Oh, blimey. All he ever does do is practice on us, innit? Never seen him cure anybody yet. Shut up. And he's not short of a few, Bob. Don't you worry about that. Oh, blimey. I've never met a poor doctor yet. Oh. There's no doctors living in council flats, my dear. There's no doctors living down any street where I've had to live. He wants to come and live here over his shop. He might find out then what it is we need to keep us healthy. And it's not him and his bloody medicine, so I can tell you that. Blimey. A few eggs and steaks, a few meat pies and meat puddings. Do us a bloody sight more good than him and his medicines, I tell you.
You can't smoke in here.
I'm not smoking it, my dear, am I? I'm just putting tobacco in it, am I? Prior to smoking it. Getting ready to smoke it for when I can get out of here and fumigate my lungs. Get off some of the germs I'm having to breathe sitting here.
Smoking's bad for you. It could kill you.
Oh, blimey, that's a big worry at my age, that is. If this don't kill me, something else will. And if I've got the choice, I'd soon it was this, I tell you. Oh, blimey. At my age, missus, and on my pension, I'm lucky I've got strength enough left in my fingers to fill my pipe with. And money enough in my pocket to buy the tobacco to fill it with. And power enough left in my lungs to puff it with. I'm full. I'll come to a bloody sight less harm in here smoking this than I will sitting in a bloody room with her. She's been coughing her bloody lungs out, sneezing her snot all over the room. Whatever she's got, we've all got it now, don't you worry. Sure, it's good for business, isn't it, eh? Oh, blimey. Coughs and sneezes, spread diseases. I mean, where would you and old Dr. Becker be without illness, eh? Without the sick? Joining the 3 million unemployed, that's where you'd be. Right.
Just a minute. This lady was before you.
Don't worry about her. I'll be in and out of there before she gets out of the chair, even. Dr. Becker?
Yes, and you are?
Never mind who I am. I've got a bone to pick with you. What's the idea of telling Mrs. Hollenberry she's got to rest, put her feet up and take it easy, eh?
Mrs. Hollingbury. Yes, she's got a very painful leg.
I've got a very painful leg. I've also got a very painful bum from sitting on them hard seats out there waiting to see you.
Who are you?
I live with Mrs. Hollenberry, and I ain't had no breakfast nor no dinner, and I won't get no supper neither because of you.
Just a moment.
No, you just a moment. How would you like it if I come into your house and told your missus she got to sit back, put her feet up and take it easy, eh? And you never got no breakfast, no dinner, no supper because of it, eh?
Mrs. Hollingbury's a patient of mine. It's my duty to prescribe recuperative treatment that might be a benefit to her. Now, she has a very painful leg.
I've got a very painful leg.
That may well be so.
I had to have a new hip put in, didn't I? Don't complain about it. I'm in terrible pain all the time, but don't go on and on about it.
I had a hip replacement, have we?
Yes, I wouldn't mind having another one, too.
Another one?
I'd like them to take out the one they put in and replace it with one that fits properly.
Having trouble with the leg, are we?
Yes, I am having trouble. I've had trouble with that leg ever since they put the new hip in. But that's not the leg I'm complaining about. The leg I'm complaining about is Mrs. Hollenberry's leg. Well, it's all very well for you prescribing for her. All right, prescribe for her, give her a couple of Aspros, deaden the pain a bit. But who's going to prescribe for me, eh? I ain't had no dinner today.
Hasn't Mrs. Hollingbury had anything to eat either?
Of course not. You told her she's got to rest.
But you live with her. You could have provided a meal, couldn't you?
Oh, yeah, what am I supposed to be? Unpaid social work, is that it? It's all right for you sitting there, putting people on the sick list and saying they've got to rest and sit back and put their feet up. But who's going to look after them, eh? While you're prescribing rest and recuperative treatment, eh? Muggins, innit? Bloody muggins!
Right,
here.
leave it with me. I will pop round in the morning, see Mrs. Hollingbury, see what I can fix up.
What, a social worker, you mean?
Something like that.
Well, you make sure you get someone a bit decent. A social worker who don't mind doing a bit of work and ain't too bloody social. It's a waste of time. Cooking, doing what you're supposed to be doing, to be too ill for bloody well doing.
Leave it!
Got a full sit tonight, but I don't sit around on my backside complaining about it all bloody mate.
Look, there's not much food out there now. I don't want you ruining what there is. I'll drag myself out there in a minute. When this pain lets me.
No. You sit there and rest, my dear. You sit there and rest your leg. A couple of aspiros would cure the pain, wouldn't it? But no, that's too bloody sensible, isn't it? You'd rather sit there and suffer and make life a misery for everybody else.
I've taken aspiros.
Not enough.
There's only 2 eggs out there.
Before I can cook, my dear, I gotta find the bloody utensils, have I? Hey, I've got to try and discover where you've hid them all. I don't know why you're so secretive with all your pots and pans and have to hide them all the time. Every time I come out here, you want to make a cup of tea, it's ant the kettle first, then it's ant the tea caddy, ant the teapot, ant the cup, ant the bloody saucer, ant this, ant that. It would help, my dear, if you left some bloody clues around.
Leave it!
Mystery you make of it all. Bloody cooking. To hear you talk, you think only a woman could do it. But except no hotel worthy of the name would ever employ a woman chef. No, it's a man they want. A man who can cook 5, 6, 7, 8-course meals. Meals cooked with imagination. Meals that people are prepared to pay a lot of money for the pleasure of eating. And all done with no moaning or bloody nagging.
Open a window, please.
Window, what for?
Well, we all need fresh air. It's not healthy to be stifled like this.
No, mate, all the windows are nailed down.
Nailed down?
Everything in this street is nailed down. I'd have bars up in the window if I could afford them. If you want to sleep safe in this neighbourhood, mate, and not get murdered in your bed, you've got to take precautions. Even your neighbourhood watch has to be watched in this neighbourhood.
Surely you don't suffer from break-ins. Forgive me, but I wouldn't have thought you had that much worth stealing.
Breaking here for practice, mate. This is a training ground for your local criminals here. Honey. All these houses round here'd be overcrowded if half of them wasn't in prison.
Now, that's an exaggeration. Most of my patients are decent, hard-working people. They're poor.
Poor? You can say that again. We've always been poor, but nothing like this before. I mean, they only call to empty our dustbin twice a year now.
That's disgraceful.
Why? We never got anything to put in it.
Even a few mice we had moved on. And another reason we have to keep that window nailed down is this room has to be sealed off in the summer to try and capture some warmth for the winter. If this room ever gets really cold, mate, you never heat it up again from scratch, not with one bar of electric. Oh, Gordon Bennett, who's that now?
Do you really have to live entirely on your pension?
Well, we do get the odd allowance, but that's like giving Aspro to a man with a broken leg.
So how do you manage?
Well, Mr. Garnett has been thinking of trying his hand at a bit of shoplifting. I don't think he'll be very good at it.
That's not a very good idea.
No, I'm sure you're right. He's bound to bring all the wrong things back. We got a condemned food shop round the corner. I mean, that helps a bit.
Condemned food?
Well, past its shelf life stuff, you know. You have to queue, but it stretches the pennies a bit further. I saw on the telly people queuing for food in Russia, and I said to Mr. Garnett, I said, well, I don't know what all the fuss is about. I said, they don't look no worse off than we are.
But they don't have our freedom of speech, do they, Anne?
Freedom of speech? Who needs it? I ain't got nothing to say. And if I had, no one would listen. No, war rationing. The good old days, we was better off then. It's a pity it ever came to an end.
What, the rationing?
The war even. No, we was far better off when we were fighting the Germans.
Eating condemned food can make you very ill.
And no food can make you even worse.
We'd be lucky if we taken here and carted off to hospital. Even eating that awful hospital food regular could save our lives.
We would eat better if we was convicts in one of Her Majesty's prisons.
I mean, people complain about awful hospital food, but blimey, for us, average old age pensioner, oh, that'd be a luxury.
Yeah, I went to see my sister in hospital. Oh, I did envy her. 3 courses her lunch was.
Right. Things must be terribly difficult for you, I know.
Difficult, blimey, more than difficult. Difficult we can manage.
Yeah, the trouble is, you see, your pension's too little and your week's too long. If they would bring in a 2-day week for pensioners, we might be able to manage all right.
Well, I've always thought the 7-day week was far too long for poor people. It's always been too long for poor people to stretch a week's money. I mean, that's why poor people get into debt. The weeks are far too long.
You have debts?
Oh, blimey. Charles would be a fine thing.
Who would lend him money? Oh, no offence now, Alf, but would you lend him money, Doctor?
Oh, no, Doctor, we couldn't take it.
He ain't offered it yet. See, even the poor polluted air around here is more than we can afford, Doctor.
At least the air's free. Huh?
Not if you want it warm in the winter, it ain't. See, we've got a choice. Either sitting in a freezing cold, looking at the telly, or sitting in front of the one bar of electric, looking at each other.
Well, I'm obviously going to have to get in touch with the DSS and see what I can fix up for you.
In the meantime, Doctor, if you could see your way clear with that £5 what you was talking about before. You get it back. So, I mean, we are poor people here, but we're honest, and it would be regarded as a debt of honour.
But it seems I have no choice. I mean, if you're really as poor as you say, I feel I have no option. But this is no cure. This won't help you in the long run.
Yeah, but in the short run, it could turn out very handy.
Well, I'm giving this to Mrs. Hollingbury. Buy food.
Giving it?
Oh, no, Doctor, I'm sorry, I couldn't take it. It's very generous of you, but providing you let us pay you back.
And she will, too.
Although they do say a Christian act is reward enough in itself, and a good square meal will do her a power of good, far better than any medicine. Come to think of it, you could have my custom, Doctor. You don't want another panel patient, do you? Just say the word. I mean, you could have the money. I mean, you might as well have it as the other fella, the one I'm going to now. And it could be worth a few thousand a year to you, couldn't it? I say, it's a pity patients aren't allowed to do deals, isn't it? I mean, most of them around here would be prepared to sign on with you if only you would just bung them back a bit out of what you earn out of it. Even the odd fiver now and then would satisfy most of us, and you could treble your practice.
What are you doing?
I'm just getting ready for you to examine my back, Doctor.
Look, I've come here to examine Mrs. Hollingren.
Well, we see your car outside and thought we'd just pop in.
Yeah, it saves the walk up to the surgery.
No, I'm
you
terribly
see.
sorry, but if you want me to examine, you must come up to the surgery.
Oh, yeah, that's typical, isn't it? You're the one with a motor car, but they're the ones who've got to do all the walking. Marvellous. You're the ones got to get involved in travelling expenses, getting on and off buses, go and visit the doctor, but he's the one earning the money. He's the one who's fit, sitting there in his surgery, all nice and warm and comfortable, but the patient who's sick has got to drag out in the cold and wet to go and see him.
What's wrong with your back?
Now, if I knew that, Doctor, I'd get it fixed.
Is that where it hurts?
No, it's your fingers. They're freezing.
Well, I can't see much wrong with it.
Well, I'm not surprised, Doctor. It's baffled better than you. I've took this back to Belfast, Dublin and London, and not even the most eminent has been able to discover what's wrong with it.
Hello, Doctor.
What are you doing, woman?
It's my Harry, Doctor. Get ready for the doctor. It's his Walter.
That's nothing.
Oh, you shut up.
It's nothing like a back.
It's none of your business.
Look, when he gets to his age, he has to expect trouble with his plumbing. My back is agony.
Well, I wish it was his back.
Oh, he wouldn't want my back. You have no idea the pain I have to put up with.
Oh, well, I mean, if it's just pain he's suffering, well, yes, I could put up with his pain. I've done it before and I'll do it again. But what he's got now, it's unfair to me.
I can't help it, can I? It's not my fault.
No, of course it's not. It's like old buildings. You can't expect good plumbing.
Trust you to be awkward. Most people get things wrong with them that they can keep to themselves. But oh no, not you. You have to find a complaint that keeps me awake all night.
Look, I'm the one that has to go down the stairs and out the
Oh
back.
yes, well you're not having a pot in the room. Now, get those trousers off quick. The doctor's waiting. Oh, Mrs. Hollingberry, don't worry. It's nothing startling. I have to put my glasses on to see it.
I don't want to get undressed, Doctor.
Please, get dressed. Mrs. Hollingbury, now, look, I want you to stay off that leg.
Oh, marvellous.
Now, I am going to approach the council and see if I can get you better accommodation.
Oh, yes, I'd like that.
Somewhere more comfortable, more efficient.
Oh, that'd be lovely.
We're happy here. All we need's a bit more money.
Of course you are, but a one-room apartment in a modern block among your own kind.
Our own kind? Excuse me, Doctor. What kind of people is our own kind, is it? The lame kind, is it? People with bad legs, is
And
it?
bad backs.
And dodgy waterworks.
Putting us all together, are you, in special cubicles? What, like battery ends, is it?
They're people of your own age group.
Oh, I saw all the oldies. Where is this modern block? Nearer to the cemetery, is it?
It'd be more convenient.
E04, the Undertaker.
It's only a bad leg I got, Doctor.
But that's
The
the-
rest of me's all right.
That's the trouble, my dear. It's your bad leg that's putting him out. See, when you was fit, he didn't have to do nothing. Just draw his wages from the National Health and play golf all day. But now you've got a bad leg. You're a bloody nuisance to him. He's got to get his car out, put some petrol in it, come and see you.
That is not fair.
No, it ain't fair, mate. They should only pay you when you work.
The private sector only pays doctors when they work.
Right.
You don't get your money up front in Harley Street. No, not without doing nothing for it first. Oh, no. Up in Harley Street, you've got to satisfy your customer, because if you don't, he's got the dust to go next door or down the street till he finds someone who can.
Well, if you're interested in paying into boot...
I am not interested in paying it to boot. I pay it to National Insurance, and I'd like to know where that money's gone. on.
Right.
If I had back what I paid out in tax and insurance, I wouldn't need the government's miserable pension.
Yeah, the vast majority of people pay thousands of millions of pounds into your national health, and I've been paying it for years. Yet only a small percentage ever gets anything out of it.
Yes, because you've got to be ill first, and most of us ain't.
See, fortunately, most of us go our whole lives without having to visit the doctor or the hospital that much.
And when we do go,
There's never any money there.
so who's had it?
Been members since we'd started, we have.
I'll tell you, if that was a private insurance, mate, and not the government, the fraud squad have been round and called on them by now.
My Harry, he never agreed with it, you know.
I told her.
Yes, he told
I
me.
said that health service is only going to benefit the sick.
Yes, he said.
You've got to be really ill before you get any benefit.
They talk about new hospitals.
Always ailing you'll have to
Yeah,
be.
but every hospital I've ever seen was there when I was a boy, built by generations long dead.
Unless you're always ill, then you might make a profit out of it.
Listen, if I did pay at the booth and went up Harley Street where market forces are operating, as a paying customer, I'd expect a bloody sight better service than I'm getting all for you.
You're not even registered with me.
No, and if she had any sense, she wouldn't be neither.
I offered to bring you my business, put money in your pocket, but if that's going to be your attitude, it can stay where it is.
I've been with Dr. Becker for years.
Yeah, but what's he ever done for you, eh? Forget the fiver for a minute. I mean, he's had pounds off of you, ain't he? But what's he ever done for you? Nothing. But as soon as you get a bad leg and he's got to do some work to earn his money, he turns nasty, wants to put you in home with a lot of other old fogies.
I'm not no fogey.
I'm not trying to put you in a home.
You was talking about old people's places, about her failing her MOT. Don't try and fix her up, no, get her off the road. She's no good, her big end's gone, isn't it? She needs new wheels, no point trying to patch her up, is there? No, junker, put her in the knackers yard.
Will you listen?
No.
You in the knackers
I
yard.
have been listening to you, mate, and all I'm getting off of you is groups, innit? Put them in groups. Well, I've got an artificial hip, so what's my group then? Artificial hip users group, is it?
I didn't say that. No, I
And
didn't.
telling my Harry he's an old building because his plumbing
No,
don't
I didn't
work.
say that. No,
Who
I
knows me would just...
Send me up to Harley
All
Street.
I'm trying to do is to get Mrs. Hollingworth to think that they've changed, to consider moving out of this squalid room. To...
Oh, I do my best,
Yes,
Doctor.
I know, my dear. I didn't.
You know, I'm forever scrubbing and
You could eat your dinner off this floor, good.
Oh, pills! Quick, pills! In the case, pills.
Pull your trousers up quick, we're going.
Why?
I've lost faith in him.
Put the ring for an ambulance. Are you National Health or private?
Private!
are you going to push me up the hospital or not?
I don't understand you. Woman you work for decides to be ill, puts herself in hospital, and you got to be Florence Nightingale, pack your lamp, and expect me to push you all the way up there to the hospital.
She's lying up there in that hospital in a coma.
Well, if she's in a coma, it's a waste of time going to see her, isn't it? If you're in a coma, you don't know who's come to see you, do you? I mean, your brain's gone when you're in a coma.
She might be calling out for me.
Well, if she's calling out for you, all they got to do is send someone in, anyone, and say it's you.
Oh, you're such a self-centred man. You've got no feeling for others.
What are you going to do when you get up there? Sit and bloody well stare at her? Send her a get well card. When she comes out of a coma, it'll be something for her to read.
I'm going. I want to be with her.
But you won't be with her. Blimey, she might be dead by the time you get there. How long's she been in this coma?
2 weeks.
Well, there you are then. No hurry. Go another week when your leg's better.
I want to go anyway. I want to take her some grapes and a few flowers.
Well, what do a person in a coma want with grapes and a flowers, eh? Grapes you can't eat and flowers you can't bloody well see.
I know I've done my duty.
Oh, blimey, the nurses will be grateful, I'll tell you that. Oh, dear, they'll have the grapes and the flowers. That's how they get away with paying them such rotten wages, isn't it? It's the perks they pick up robbing the patients. I've seen them staggering out the bloody hospital with sacks full of stuff.
Well, they didn't get much out of you when you was in hospital with your hip, did they?
How do you know what they had all for me?
Nothing. Because there was no one liked you enough to take anything in for
There was people come up to see me, my dear. There was people brought me things.
you. Was there? You sure you wasn't in a coma and imagined it?
I'll give her a coma. Bloody coma. Bloody pavement, look at it.
Going
I
down.
shouldn't have to be pushing a wheelchair, not with my hip. Escalate out of service.
Coming.
I'm not there, look at here. Look, you'll have to walk down, I mean, I can't.
I wouldn't even let you try.
Well, the ticket inspector said we'd have difficulty with the wheelchair one.
Say thank you.
Thank you.
Here.
What?
I want to go to the toilet.
Wait, supposed to go to the toilet.
Oh, don't tell him.
Well, I've got to tell somebody. I don't know where it is, do I? She wants to go to the toilet.
I'm sorry, mate, you'll have to speak up. I'm deaf in one ear.
She wants to go to the toilet.
Wrong ear.
She wants to go to the bleeding toilet!
All right, then let me just shout. Do you want it, love?
He's so bursting.
Right, you'll have to go outside. There's one outside, a public one.
You just witnessed a miracle, mate. Happens every day at Lourdes. Tell your governors. They could turn this platform into a shrine. I've been pushing that bleeding wheelchair all day long. I'd like that her own. It'll be more than her legs is aching.